Morning, sir.
Are you seeing
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Are you seeing the screen properly?
Yes, sir.
Sir, can you explain the 87th question you gave for homework?
Yeah, yesterday I gave you homework. Did you complete that homework?
Yes, sir.
Did you get all the questions?
No.
No,
So that
sir.
seventh one.
Which questions you didn't get, ma?
That seventh one, sir.
Seventh one.
That 92, sir.
Okay, fine. Whatever the questions you didn't get, just round up that and discuss. Okay, don't you round up that. Accuracy. Accuracy means what? The measure of closeness of measured value to the true value. Okay, true value. So you cannot understand. Wait a minute. You cannot understand. Just write down. Please write down.
So you've taught this before.
Sorry, ma.
In bridge
You've
course, we
taught
taught this
before.
measurements.
No. According to schedule, again I should teach, ma. Some students are.
Yes,
Yes,
you
that is
should
okay.
teach
But
it.
you're saying you have like taught us. We know about
Acha.
this.
Okay. Okay. The smallest value that can be measured by given instrument, that can be measured by given instrument for given physical quantity. Just write down. I didn't explain. First you write down. With one example I will explain. Measure of closeness of measured value to the true value, that is accuracy. And next one, the smallest value that can be measured by given instrument, that can be measured by given instrument for given physical quantity. Completed?
1 second.
1 second. Yes, sir. Done.
See this one. Here, one example. Let us say diameter of a rod is what here, 1.78 centimeter. Okay, by using first instrument, it is measured as 1.7 centimeter. By using second instrument, it is measured as 1.682 centimeter. And next, by using third instrument, it is measured as 1.781 centimeter. Okay, so here observe carefully. Actual value is what here? 1.7. What is the actual value? I'll tell you. So diameter of one rod is 1.7 centimeter. So by using the instrument, whatever there in our physics lab, by using first one instrument is there. That with the help of first instrument 1.7 I got, and the second one by using second instrument I got 1.682. 682, and the third one 1.781 centimeter. Third one is what here? 1.781 centimeter. So among these three values, which value is very close to that?
1.781, sir.
1.781 and also 1.7.
Yes, sir. Both of them are like
Both
close.
of them close to 1.78. So here observe carefully. 1.7 is accurate, but not precise. I will tell you. And next,
Second one is precise.
is precise, but not accurate. I will tell you. And here 1.781
is both accurate and precise, sir.
Yes, both is accurate as well as precise. Okay, see here 1.7 is close to the 1.78. Okay, so the value which is very close to the given value is accurate value. But here precise means what? Smallest value. Accurate definition, what are you? Accuracy, this what I can say, this measure of
The measure of closeness of measured value of true value.
Listen, let me explain. Other students also there, right? Listen. So the measure of closeness of measured value to the true value. Measured value to the true value. Among all the values, which values are closer? 1.7 closer, 1.781 closer. Right? 1.7 is accurate or precise. We have to take. Accurate means which is close. Right? Precise means what? The smallest value. See the definition. The smallest value that can be measured by given instrument. So by using second instrument, we can measure the diameter up to 1.682 only. We cannot measure below that value. It is the smallest value measured by the given second instrument for the diameter of the rod. Okay, so this smallest value after a decimal point, more digits we can see, basically precise. Right. And the third one is what here? It is close and also smallest value. See, more number of digits are there. After a decimal point. See, accuracy, while calculating accuracy, we have to check whether the given answer is close to that original answer or not. If it is close, that is accurate. And precise, how we can check? We have to see more number of digits. Okay, that is approximate, not exactly close, little bit far, and that we should see the more number of digits after a decimal point. Then only we can say that is precise. Okay, first one is only accurate, second one is only precise. It is not close to that value. That is why it is only precise. Third one is it is close to the value and also more digits are there after decimal point. Finished, man?
Yes, sir. Finished.
So 1 minute.
Sir, one thing, sir. What's the portion for this advanced exam, sir?
Same,
Units, I mean, motion and straight line is also there, sir.
Syllabus, don't you worry. I know how to complete the syllabus. We are completing last week's syllabus and this week's syllabus, this week only, this week only.
Okay, sir. Because
Okay, right. Next one. Next one. True value or actual value. We have to start our schedule last month 27th. We started the schedule last Monday only. Okay.
yes, sir.
Write down along with me, right? The arithmetic mean of all the measured values. Arithmetic mean of all the measured values. The arithmetic mean of all the measured values. Okay. That is x mean value or actual value, we can say x1 plus x2 plus and so on plus xn divided by n. Means true value or actual value, mean value means is what, man? So while doing the experiment, for example, we are calculating the time period of one simple pendulum. So with the help of simple pendulum, we are calculating time period in our physics lab. First time I got 2.2 second time period. Second time I got 2.3 second. And third time I got 2.1 second. And the fourth time I got 2.13 second. Okay. So the mean value, the true value or actual value, how we can say 2.2 plus 2.3 plus 2.1 plus 2.13. How many values here? 4 divided by 4.
Divided by 4.
This value we can get the true value or actual value or mean value. Okay. Please. The arithmetic mean of all the measured values. Arithmetic mean of all the measured values. Okay. Did you complete yesterday? Okay, fine. So how much some problems are there? Absolute error. Absolute error. So here, wait. True value and measure value. Then after, first error. Error, how we can define the error means the difference between true value, the difference between what here, between true value and measured value. True value and measured value. So actually here, error is represented by what here? Delta x, of course, delta x. Okay. So how we can write delta x equal to, how we can write true value and measured value. Okay. True value difference, measured value. True value difference, measured value. So it is negative. Minus means what? First value minus second value. We have to subtract the second value from first value. But difference meaning is what here? Difference means what here? Difference
Always
means,
Can be either of them, sir. Either
larger.
true value minus measured or measured value is true.
yeah. That's true. So here error may be positive, may be negative. The difference between true value and measured value. Okay. Measured value means what here? Here x1. True value is x mean. Okay. That we can call error. True value and measured value. It may be positive or may be negative. If measured value is more, that becomes positive error. It will come well with the problems we can understand. Completed.
Yes, sir, completed.
So it may be positive or negative. It may be positive or negative. Next one.
Eliminate the previous slide.
Right.
Thank you, sir. Done.
Yes. Next one. Absolute error.
Sir, if we had already written this, do we have to write again?
No need to write. No need to write. No need to write.
Okay, sir.
The magnitude of difference between the magnitude of difference between true value of measured physical quantity. Just see the notes, that's all. True value of measured physical quantity and individual measurement. So means actually, so here let x1, x2 and so on, xn are individual readings. Okay. Therefore, delta x1 equal to, it is represented by delta x modulus. Okay, delta x1 equal to x1 minus x mean. Delta x2 equal to x2 minus x mean. It is what here? Absolute error in first reading. It is absolute error in second reading. Okay. Observe carefully. The magnitude of difference between true value and individual. True value of measured physical quantity, whatever the quantity we are measuring. True value and individual measurement. So true value is for, I told you now, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, like 2.13, like that. So here, first value plus second value plus third value. It becomes what here, ma? It becomes what here? 4. We will get a 4 value. Here 4. We will get x mean. We will get what here? X mean. So if you take the difference between first value and x mean, that becomes what here? Absolute error in first reading. And if you take the difference between second value and mean value, that becomes absolute error in second reading. Similarly, between third value and mean value becomes absolute error in third reading. Understand? So magnitude of difference between true value and individual measurement. Individual measurements means individual readings. Right. Understanding, ma?
Yes, sir.
Please. If you didn't understand, please ask me, please.
No, sir. I didn't understand.
Here, ma, listen carefully. Yeah. Absolute error means the magnitude of difference between. So original true value is what here, ma? Let us say 5 centimeter. We got 5.1. If you take the difference between 5 and 5.1, so error becomes 0.1. It is absolute error in first reading. Next, if you by using the same second instrument and if you repeat the same experiment, let us suppose if we get a 5.2, then difference between 5 and 5.2 becomes 0.2. So it is absolute error in second reading. Understand?
Yeah, now I understood.
Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
so the error and absolute error are like almost same except for that absolute error will be positive and error can be negative or positive.
Error can be negative or positive. Actually, error means what here? We will take only one reading. Only we will take one reading. See, 5 centimeter. Actual original length we should get 5 centimeter. How we can say original length? By using perfect instrument. So high defined, so high resolution instrument. So by using that instrument, original length will be 5 centimeter. But by using our instrument in our physics lab, maybe we can get a 4.9 or 5.1 or 5.2 like that. So that's all. One time only we will repeat. Error means original length and measured length. That's all. But absolute error means what here? We can find out, we can repeat the same experiment number of times. We will get the errors in each and every measurement, each and every reading. So individual errors in individual readings we can call absolute errors. So for error, only one time we will do. For while calculating absolute errors, we will repeat the same experiment a number of times. That's
Okay, sir. Thank you.
mean absolute error. It is delta x mean. How we can say? The arithmetic mean of all the absolute errors. All the absolute errors means already we wrote it previously. Delta x mean equal to delta x1, delta x2 plus and so on plus delta xn divided by n. Divided by what here? N. Delta x1 is absolute error in first reading. Delta x2 is absolute error in second reading. And if you take average of all the values, it becomes mean absolute error. Relative error. Directly we can write delta x mean divided by x mean. Percentage error. Delta x mean divided by x mean into 100. Delta x mean divided by x mean divided into 100. Already we calculated x mean value and delta x mean value also we calculate. Then if you take the ratio of delta x mean to the x mean, that becomes relative. And if you multiply with 100, that becomes percentage error.
All related only, sir.
Yeah, all are interlinked.
Sir, x mean is the mean of errors.
No, x mean we can say, for example, if you repeat first time reading x1, second time reading x2, third time reading x3. If you repeat the same experiment 3 times, then it becomes what here? Have mean value.
So it's the mean of
True
the
value, no,
errors.
sir. It is
True
true
or
value.
value, sir?
True value, actual value, mean value, approximately same. If you solve the problem, you will get clarity, full clarity. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Completed?
No, sir, the down one, percentage error.
Multiplying will go, that's all. Multiply with 100, no difference.
Yeah, done, sir.
Okay. Next. What is the strength in chemistry class, ma?
58 or something.
Oh, today 60. Great. More than chemistry. Combination of errors. First one. Am I completed this one?
No, sir.
Okay. So combination of errors. I think I taught only up to relative error, percentage error. Am I right? Previously.
Yes, sir.
Acha. Now onwards new topic. Okay, fine. So combination of errors in case of addition. In case of what here? Addition. So let us say let z equal to x plus y. Z equal to what here? X plus y. And delta x, delta y, delta z are absolute errors in x comma y comma z. X comma y comma z. Okay. Right. So then it becomes how we can write z plus or minus delta z is delta plus or minus delta z is equal to x plus or minus delta x plus y plus or minus delta y. Okay. Z plus or minus delta z equal to, don't you confuse, nothing is there, very simple. Right. So here z equal to x plus y, z equal to x plus y, and here delta x, delta y, delta z are absolute errors in x comma y comma in x comma y comma z, in x, y and z. So remove this one, x comma y comma z. Okay, right. Now, so then in place of z, error already we found, that becomes plus or minus delta z. Maybe negative error, maybe positive error. Right. So here delta x, x becomes delta x plus or minus delta x. Y becomes y plus or minus delta y. So I'm shuffling this x plus y plus or minus delta x plus or minus y. So from here already z equal to x plus y. If you compare these two, z equal to x plus y and delta z equal to delta x plus delta y. Therefore, maximum possible error becomes what here? Delta z equal to delta x plus delta y. Maximum now plus only. Okay. So here a relative error, that is delta z by z, means delta x plus delta y by z is x plus y. Then percentage error is what? Delta z by z into 100. That becomes delta x plus delta y divided by x plus y into 100. Nothing more. One quantity is equal to sum of two quantities. One quantity equal to what here? Sum of two quantities. Then how we can find out the maximum error and the percentage error? All problems, after completion of problems only will get full clarity. Okay, definitely till that you will have some blindness. Don't worry about that. Definitely will feel very comfortable compared to your dimensions. Completed.
Sir, one thing, sir.
Ask me.
That delta z by z is equal to delta x plus. Okay, and clear.
Understand?
Sir, z plus or minus delta z equal to x plus or minus delta x, then plus or equal should come. Shouldn't it be equal? Or is it plus?
Z plus or minus delta z equal to x plus or minus delta x plus y plus or minus means this x becomes this, y becomes this, and x here before y plus is there, that is why x plus y. Then here plus or minus delta x plus or minus delta y, that is plus or minus delta x plus or minus delta y.
Okay, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Next, second one. Huh?
Sir, 1 second, sir.
Yes.
Sir, we don't have a vernier calipers and screw gauge this time.
Maybe they cannot ask, I think so. Let's see. First, we have to complete this major part.
Okay, sir.
Completing 2 weeks syllabus in 1 week, how it is difficult for me.
We are खतरों के खिलाड़ी sir. Nothing silly.
In subtraction, see here, in subtraction means what here? Same, only minus will come, that's all. Z equal to x minus y. So obviously delta x, delta y, and delta z are absolute errors in x comma y and z. What we can write? Z plus or minus delta z equal to x plus or minus delta x minus y plus or minus delta y. Okay, so equal to x minus y, delta x, delta y. Therefore, maximum possible error. Maximum possible error is what?
Same thing, sir, only with minus sign.
No. Plus only, maximum plus only. Maybe addition, maybe subtraction. Maybe addition, maybe subtraction. Okay. A relative error. Delta z by z. Here it will be different. Delta x plus delta y. But z is what here? X minus y. It is a different. And a percentage error. Delta z by z into 100 is equal to delta x plus delta y by x minus y into 100. Addition and subtraction almost the same. Maximum possible error same. So relative error different little bit. Percentage error also different. Completed.
1 minute, sir.
1
So
minute,
one
sir.
last one, sir.
Right up. No difference, ma. That is a simply I wrote. No difference between addition and subtraction. Almost same process.
Yeah, done, sir.
Third one.
Here it will
Multiplication.
change, sir, fully.
Multiplication. So let z equal to xy. take logarithms on both sides. Z equal to what here? XY. Okay. Take logarithms on both sides. Take logarithms on both sides. Listen now, please listen. I'm giving anyhow 1 minute time because if you have, well, right after completion of explanation, right? Okay. Take logarithms on both sides. And here, log AB formula, log A plus log B. Did you remember this formula?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Log A
sir.
plus.
Right. Next. Differentiate on both sides the above equation. Differentiation of log z becomes what? 1 by z. Integration of 1 by z dz is log z. But differentiation of log z is 1 by z. Inverse, man, simply inverse. So if this integration goes to right side, that becomes what here? Differentiation. That's all. Differentiation of log z. It becomes 1 by z. That's all. Okay. So 1 by z into differentiation of log z 1 by z. But again, we should take the differentiation of internal function. What is the internal function? Z. So delta z or dz, both are same. Similarly, differentiation of log x is what? 1 by x, delta x.
1 by x delta x by 1 by y into delta y.
So that's all. Maximum, finished. Maximum relative error. It becomes delta z by z equal to delta x by x, delta y by y. And percentage error. Percentage error becomes what? Into 100. It becomes delta x by x, delta y by y into 100. Same equation, nothing, I didn't write anything. Delta z by z I wrote. Previous equation I wrote, that's all. I'm not considering it directly, I'm writing. Take log and differentiate. That's all, 2 steps.
So combination of errors, have you given the notes before?
I don't know, no. You have to tell.
Okay, sir.
I didn't remember more because these people are changing schedules again and again. How many I can remember? For not only for you class, right? For outgoing seniors.
Yes, sir, it's fine.
Completed.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Third one, no? Third one. Division, slight variation, nothing is there. So here, no? Z equal to x by y.
z equal to what here? Ma? X by y.
So here we'll differentiate and then integrate, sir.
No, not, not like that. See here, same story here. So log a b formula, log a plus log b. Log a by b formula. Can you?
Log A minus log B, sir.
Yeah. Log a minus log b. So differentiate on both sides. Differentiate on both sides. The above equation. The above equation. Same story. 1 by z into delta z, 1 by x into delta x, 1 by y into delta y. So maximum possible error. Delta z. Here delta z is error. Z is original. Okay. Problems are a little bit different. Problems, while solving the problems, we will apply some different. Don't you worry about that. For this problems only important. Delta x by x. Observe carefully here. Minus is coming, even though maximum possible error is what here? Plus only. Plus only. Did you see that? In case of addition and subtraction, delta z equal to delta x plus delta y. See that? In case of addition as well as in subtraction, maximum
Yes, sir.
possible error is delta x plus delta y. Even though it is subtraction, maximum possible error is delta x plus delta y only. Similarly, in case of multiplication and division, maximum possible error is what? Delta z by z equal to delta x by x plus delta y by y. Is it clear?
It'll be same
sir.
only, sir. Obviously,
Yeah.
addition is the maximum possible values.
Yeah, that is a plus. Percentage error.
Into 100.
Percentage delta z by z into 100. It becomes delta x by x, delta y by y, delta y by y into 100. Completed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fifth one. Fifth one. In case of a quantity is, in case of a quantity is raised to different powers means, so that is, let z equal to x power n, z equal to what here, x power n. So take log on both sides, x power n, and y power, let us say m, y power say m. Okay, once.
Become x log x, n log x plus.
Yeah.
Sir, for division, what is the percentage error, sir? Can you say?
Division, no percentage error, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Delta z by z into 100 is equal to delta x by x plus only delta y by y into 100.
Done, sir. Thank you.
So log of x power n, y power m. Okay. So here log z e, log it is a, it is b, same story. Log a plus b, right?
Yes, sir.
Differentiate on both sides. Differentiate on both sides. It becomes, and one more. I forgot here.
The powers we can bring out now.
1 second. So it becomes, I gave this formula right in while giving basic mathematics.
Basic mathematics again.
See here, no? Log x power n, we can write n log x. Of course, base e will come as well. Log y power m, we can write m log y. Okay, now differentiate.
Constant won't get differentiated also, no, sir?
Sorry, ma?
Sir, constant will be as it is, no, sir, in differentiation also. So it will come n into 1 by x into delta x, sir.
Correct. You are right. Completed?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It becomes what, ma? 1 by z delta z is equal to n into 1 by x delta x plus m into 1 by y delta y. So therefore, maximum possible error is what? Delta z by z equal to n into delta x by x plus m into delta y by y. So percentage error delta z by z into 100 equal to n into delta x by x plus m into delta y by y into 100 to 100. One more example I can give you. One more example I can give you. Let z equal to a power p, b power q, c power r. Find error in z. Can you say direct answer? Anybody? By using this equation. Delta z by z equal to p into delta a by a. Correct? Huh? Q into delta b by b. And here it is c power r is there. So I'll do one thing for this also. 1 second. Huh? Again. So take log on both sides. It is different, little bit different. I'll show you. So log of a power p, b power q by c power r. Okay, na? Right. So it becomes what here, ma? A power p, b power q minus
log c power r, sir.
Why? Because log a by b means log a minus log b. Is it correct?
Sir, and one more log here will get divided log a power p plus log b power q.
Yeah. Why I'm giving this one? Not only addition. Previously addition only. Sorry, multiplication x power n y power m. Fine. They are giving division. Multiplication, okay, fine. Now they are giving in division. So division also important, right? Powers in division. Right up to here, ma. I'll try to complete by 11:45 this. Completed.
1 minute, sir. Yes, sir, done.
Yeah. Yeah. Then it becomes what here, ma? What I wrote, ma? What is the last step, ma? Log z base equal to, so log a power p, log a b is in a log a power p plus log b power q minus as usual log c power r. Did you understand this?
Yes, sir, understood.
Yes,
Now
sir.
we can differentiate now, sir.
Yeah, p into log a base c plus q into log b base c plus r minus r into log e base e. Log c, I'm sorry, it is what here? Log c. Be careful. Now, it is log z base. Differentiate on both sides. Differentiate on both sides. Okay. So it becomes delta z by z, p into delta a by a plus q into delta b by b minus r into delta c by c. But Maximum possible error. Can you say what is that? Delta Z by Z, P into delta A by A plus Q
Plus
into
delta B by B plus
Yes,
R
sir.
into delta C by C. Yes, sir.
So here minus is coming, even the plus. For that, I am giving this derivation. Okay. Percentage error. Be careful. Maybe multiplication, maybe division. In both the cases, plus only. In both the cases, plus only. Maybe x power n, y power m, or maybe x power n, y power m divided by y power m. In both the cases, percentage error remains will be same. Relative error as well as percentage error will be same. Get the point? Please, ma'am. Please try to understand.
Sir, maximum possible error and relative error are different. Sir.
Both are same. Both are same.
Okay.
So this is a continuation of example, right?
Second example, ma, this one. Continuation. Second example, continuation. What I gave z equal to a power p, b power q, c by c power r is there. Na? I gave the second example.
Okay, sir.
For that
And
only.
this is the when the quantity is raised to power and division is happening.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Previously, quantity raised to the powers in case of multiplication I gave, and it is a quantity raised to the powers in case of division I gave.
Okay, sir.
Completed.
Sir, just a second.
Yeah, right.
Done, sir.
So next topic, no? Significant figures. Significant figures or significant digits. Significant figures or significant digits. How we can define that? Write down my definition, write down along with the number of digits. The number of digits that are known plus one more digit that can be estimated in a given number. Okay. That can be estimated in a given number. Estimated in a given number. So, for example, 2.38, 2.382. See here, let us say 1. 1 also not required. See here, 2.382. By seeing this number directly, we can consider up to 2.38 direct, 2.38. And this 2, instead of 2, you can consider 1. Instead of 1, you can consider 3. So there is no big difference. There is no big difference. So by seeing the given number, the number of digits that are known directly, we can say 2.38, 2.38 directly. And one more digit that can be estimated, not only exact 2, maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3. We can estimate the total number of digits in that given number becomes significant digits. If you see any number in that number directly, we can say 5.46 is there. We can add here 5.461. Okay, in this 5.46 directly we can say, and the last one we can estimate, maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, like that. The total number 5461 becomes what here? Significant digits. How many significant digits here, man? 4. Understanding, ma?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So number of digits directly we can say, and one more digit we can assume. One more digit we can estimate. That we can call significant. Some rules are there. If you know these rules, then only you can answer the questions. Right, rules 2. Count the number of significant figures. Underline it. Rules to count the number of significant figures. All non-zero digits in A. Given number, very interesting, very easy also. The given number are significant without regard to the, you cannot understand it, don't worry about that. Okay, definition we can understand. Number of digits that are known, which directly we can say, and one more digit we can estimate. So the total number of digits we can call significant. So first rule you cannot understand. I'll give the example. For every rule, 4 rules are there. For every rule, 5 rules are there. For every rule, I'll give the example, so that then only you can understand. All non-zero digits in a given number are significant without regard to the these rules compulsory you have to learn. Then only we can solve the problems. Tomorrow. Otherwise we cannot.
Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
sir, significant figures are also there in chemistry. So is it the same for both chemistry and physics, the rules?
I don't know my rules. I will teach that rules, ma'am. Just you can compare, because I don't know that, right?
Sir, because in physics, thermodynamics is different from the chemistry thermodynamics.
Maybe, let's see. Completed up to here.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
What I wrote, ma'am? Without regard to the. Continuation, ma'am. Location of decimal point. Example I will give you, ma'am. 6482, 6.482, 6482, 6482. What I give, please check your notes. First rule, ma, all non-zero digits. See that point, ma? See that rule, ma? All non-zero digits in a given number are significant. Okay, all non-zero digits. 6, 4, 8, 2. All are non-zero. Non-zeros. They're all are non-zeros. So we can say significant without regard to the location of decimal point. So in the first one, no decimal point. In the second number, 6 point is there. 6 after 6 decimal point. In the third one, 60 after 64 decimal point. In the fourth one, after 648 decimal point is there. In the first one, no decimal point. So no need to worry about the decimal point. No need to consider the decimal point when if all numbers are non-zero, if all numbers are all digits are non-zero digits in a given number, in that case only it is a positive. Understanding, ma?
Yes, sir.
Second rule, ma? Second rule. Same rule in chemistry also same rule, huh?
Sir, we haven't learned.
All zeros between two non-zero digits. All zeros between two non-zero digits are significant. Without any regard to location of decimal point. Decimal point. All zeros between two non-zero digits are significant without any regard to the location. Means irrespective of decimal point. Without regard to location means what? Irrespective of wherever the decimal point in that given number. Wherever the decimal point in the given number. Okay. Condition is all zeros. That zeros should be zeros between non-zero digits. These are interesting and easy also. Logically, we have to think. It is totally out of physics, right? Completed?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So example, ma. For second one example, write down, ma. 2000608, 2.00608, 2000608, and 20.0608. Okay. 08 and 2006. 6.8. How many significant figures can anybody say?
6 significant figures.
Yeah. The reason is, ma, according to first rule, what is the first rule? All non-zero digits. So significant. 2, 6, 8, non-zero. So 3 significant figures are coming according to first rule. Right. According to first rule. Next step. And according to second rule is what here? All zeros between non-zero digits. See here. So irrespective of decimal point, wherever the decimal, whether the decimal point is there or not. If a decimal point is there, whatever the location of decimal point. If there is no decimal point, no problem. So here 0, 0 is lying in between 2 and 6. Okay. Again here 0 is lying between 6 and 8. So these two zeros are also these two zeros become significant, and this 0 is also becoming significant. So here also 0, 0 between 2 and 6, whatever the location of decimal point. Okay. If zeros are lying in between non-zero digits, that zeros also become significant. That zeros also becomes what here, ma? Significant. How many figures ma here? 6. 6 significant figures. Completed, ma?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sir, is this the last topic in this chapter?
Yeah, rounding of numbers is there, no? Next one, third one, third rule. If given number is less than 1, then all zeros to the right of decimal point, and left of first non-zero digit are non-significant. Okay. Example also I can give you 0.002806. Read once this rule. Ma.
If given number is less than 1, then all zeros to the right of decimal.
You read yourself. No need to tell.
Okay.
So here, if a given number is less than 1, so here 0.002806 is given less than 1. Okay. Then what is the rule, ma? Then all zeros to the right of decimal point here. See here, decimal right of decimal point, how many zeros are there? 2 decimal point, and left of first non-zero digit. Here in this case, first non-zero digit is what? 2. So these 2 zeros are lying right side of the decimal point and left side of the non-zero digit, first non-zero digit are non-significant. That means these 2 zeros are what here? Non-significant. These 2 zeros becomes what here? Non-significant. Understand?
Yes, sir.
So can you say how many significant figures here?
4, sir.
4, sir.
So here 1, 2, 8, 6 are significant according to first rule. 0 is lying in between what here, man? 8 and 6. So 0 also significant, right? According to first rule, 2, 8, 6 is significant. According to second rule, 0 significant figure. And according to the given third rule, these 2, 0, 0 are non-significant. According to the third rule, These 0, 0 are non-significant. So total how many significant figures? 4 significant figures. Once if you know these rules, simply you have to put the answer, just like you will tick the answers if you are strong in these rules. Completed?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Fourth one only, ma'am. Sorry, fourth one only. If a given number is less than 1, again, then all zeros to the right of last non-zero digit after decimal point are significant.
Sir, can you explain the third point once again?
0.00, what the example I give, tell?
0.002806.
Here, according to first rule, 286 are significant. According to second rule, 0 is lying in between 8 and 6. So 0 also significant. And according to third rule, what if given number is less than 1? All zeros to the right of decimal point, right side of decimal point here, and the left side of first non-zero digit, right side of decimal point, and the left side of first non-zero digit, means left side of 2 are non-significant. So 0, 0 are non-significant here. Okay, so that is why only 4 are significant. 2, 8, 0, 6 are significant.
Okay, sir.
Sir, like already the first and second rules, according to them, 2, 8, 0, 6 are significant. So the rest will be non-significant only, right?
Yes. See here, 0, 0, 0, 7, 8, 0, 6, 0, 0. Can you say how many significant figures in this? Anybody? After reading that fourth point.
4 significant figures, sir.
Again, read the fourth
6,
point.
sir.
6.
6.
See here, if a given number is less than 1, listen carefully, then all zeros to the right of last non-zero digit. In this, what is the last non-zero digit? 6, right? 6. After a decimal point. So after a decimal point, after last non-zero digits, significant. So 0 zeros are there. So all zeros to the right of last non-zero digit after decimal point are significant. According to first law, 7, 8, 6 significant. According to second law, 0 significant. Okay. According to third law, 0, 0 are non-significant. According to fourth law, 0, 0 are significant. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please. So how many significant figures, man? 6 significant figures. 6 significant figures. Fifth one, man. If a given number is more than 1.
Sir?
Yes, ma'am.
But then every number will have infinite significant figures then. I can write 0.2 as 0.2.
They will give. You no need to take.
They won't give that
But
chance.
then the
They,
value won't change, no? So it's the same thing. 0.2 is equal to 0.2.
we are not concentrating on values, ma. They will give the values. We won't take, ma. They will give the values. They will ask how many number of significant figures. That's all. You can take infinity number and you can put the question. Question is not yours. They will ask the question. We have to answer it. They won't give the chance to give the question and answer both. They will give the question. We have to solve it, ma. We cannot take the question. It depends on our choice.
Yes, sir. Okay.
If a given number is more than one, then all zeros to the right of decimal point, are significant. If given number is more than one, all zeros to the right of decimal point are significant. That's all. Significant. For example, here, observe carefully. 29.000, let us suppose. So anyhow, 2 and 9 are what here, ma? Significant. See, according to fifth rule, if a given number is more than 1, 29 is more than 1, then all zeros, I forgot here, all zeros to the right of decimal point. After decimal point, how many digits are, zeros are there? 3. That zeros also significant. That zeros also what here? Significant. Total, how many significant figures? 4 significant figures. You can get it out. 29.5 zeros also significant. Then we can write 20. They will give the value. We should take. We should find out how many number of significant figures. If we get the chance to give the question, then we can frame. Okay.
Sir, it's 5, no, sir. 5 significant.
5. 1 second. Right. Completed, ma?
Yes, sir.
Last rule is there, ma? Finished, ma? Last rule. Sir, ma? If given number is more than 1, then all zeros to the right of last non-zero digit, right of if given number is more than 1, then all zeros to the right of last non-zero digit are non-significant. Significant if there is no decimal point. So example, for example, 40066200. Can you say how many significant figures here? 602, let us say. Can you say how many significant figures?
6, sir.
Yeah, because here no decimal point. If there is no decimal point, what I gave? More than 1. Okay. All zeros to the right of last non-zero digit. Here, what is the last non-zero digit here? 2. So after 2, how many zeros are there? 2. So these two becomes what here, ma? Non-significant when if there is no decimal point. For example, if they put a decimal point here, these two zeros also become significant. Listen carefully. Okay. If there is no decimal point, ma, all zeros to the right of last non-zero digit also significant. If there is no non-significant, so total it becomes 6. Right. So rounding of numbers, one topic is there, ma. It's a matter of 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes. Then completely tomorrow, complete problems only. From my side, one thing I want to tell you, ma, without revising these today errors, ma, you cannot do single object from in tomorrow's class. Please revise the notes and come. Please, I'm not giving any problems homework. Please revise the notes and come. Okay, please. Without revising, if you come blindly means again I have to tell every formula. Again, I have to tell every formula. It will take a lot of time. We cannot cover more number of problems. Okay, please try to revise the notes and come. So that this today errors only errors.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Done, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye.